looks like there was a stumble in the field back about Mauricio Guzman's
Big
place.
crash in front of me, Paul.
Yep, big crash going into one. Mark Blundell and Helio Castroneves, it appears to be.
It is Castroneves.
Is the other car?
Yeah, it's Mark Blundell and Castroneves.
Yeah. That's in turn one. So now if there were any question at all for fuel for anybody, that's gone. Is Helio Castroneves okay?
They're both conscious.
Already there.
We saw them both moving. I saw Castroneves pushing some of the bodywork out of the cockpit. We could see from the onboard of Blundell that his hands were moving on the steering wheel.
Boy, that did an enormous amount of damage to the right side of Penske's Reynard there for Helio Castroneves. Oh, that's
just a huge hit.
That's a massive impact. Castroneves catches the wall about 4 different times as it comes to a stop. Fortunately, most of it with the right side, but you hope that all the energy absorption isn't gone away. There's Castroneves, and he seems to be fully alert. Not very happy. Limping just, is that a limp or just frustration?
You forget sometimes how fast these cars are going until you see an accident like that. TV slows everything down. The drivers, the fans, crews get used to see them going by at 185 miles an hour. And then you see an accident like that and watch the pieces fly off the car, and you have a much better appreciation for the speed and the potential danger of driving these cars at those kinds of speeds around a 1 mile oval.
Parker, there's another element of that you can add. Is sometimes we take for granted all that energy, but the noise with that crash, even over our noise cancellation headsets with the program on in our ears, you could hear the huge boom that was right out here not more than 40 yards from where we are at the Penske pit when the initial contact went into the wall.
I was just thinking exactly the same thing. I could hear it up in the booth, which has to be a good quarter mile away. They're still working on Mark Blundell. And let me tell you, things like that tire moving off down the course, it still is carrying a tremendous amount of energy. Kart safety team, that's Dr. Terry Trammell on the left. He's working on him. And, Gary, you have Helio.
Yes, indeed. A quick word before you get back to the safety center. Do you know what happened? And more importantly, how are you feeling right now?
I'm fine. I thought that he would give me space because I already have half a car. And when he closing in, we have no way to go. So I try just to not hit him and just touching to make sure that nobody's spinning. But as soon as I touch the grass, I spin and hit him as well. So it's a shame.
Well, we're happy that you're okay because that was a huge impact, and we wish you better fortune, obviously.
Thank you.
Look at it from Mark Blundell's point of view. Keep an eye on his hands there. That's where he got hit.
And I tell you, that's the mark of an experienced driver. You see him pull his hands away just before he hit the wall. He would have kept his thumbs wrapped around the wheel. His hands could have easily have broken or dislocated fingers and his wrists. Very, very smart move there by Mark Blundell just before the contact. Okay, watch his hands right here. Watch him pull away just before contact. And I tell you, when you're traveling at that kind of speed at almost 300 feet a second, you have just tenths or even hundredths of a second to make that sort of judgment and reaction. Brilliant by Mark Blundell.
Well, it appears that Mark is assisting his rescuers there as they try to get the collar around his neck. Remember, he was injured in a practice test at St. Louis last year that kept him out for some time. Let's hope that hasn't been aggravated in this accident.